eyes are on him and how he's going to be able to perform now. So you'll see, Lard would like some revenge as well. He was not able to play Dota last game. That was not a fun one at all with the win range. I mean, not just him, but there were a couple other people that were really on Yutoro. Yutoro really kind of maybe enjoyed it a little bit, was able to play, but everyone else, yeah, well, it wasn't the game that I want to remember.
Thick in the head of a carry player. Those are the games you enjoy.
Well, yeah, okay.
Well, you're just farming and your whole entire team is feeding. Like, oh, I'm in my zone right now.
I mean, like, at least he was able to play, right? You know, like, lower net worth than a position 4, which what I think Razor and along with the Wind Ranger was. So I think, yeah, this game is looking like it's going to be much different.
For sure.
A hero I was thinking of potentially with the last from Spirit, I know we got the Storm, but with a little bit of time before a fight potentially breaks out, was something like an Outward Devourer. Save versus Mirana, and with a lot of the matchup versus the Timber gives you that kill threat. I don't know where you currently rate this hero at the moment. I'm just trying to think of some other suggestions. I'm perfectly happy with the Storm. I think it's a great Storm game, but I think, you know, while we have time, and any other suggestions that you had.
Do we have time though?
Maybe not. We don't have time. We got a first blood. I think that's about to happen. I don't know on who it looks. I thought on Maposhka first, but apparently it's going to be on Theolacor. A great stun, Collapse able to get the damage required. It looks like, all right, already a better game for Collapse. He finds first blood.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely the start he's looking for. And interesting enough, Yatoro is skilling Illusions level 1. And this is something that I see every once in a while, and this will help you CS a bit more. But you won't have as much harassment value because Reflection is pretty good. But we'll see what he can do with it.
Yeah. I mean, like, not too fun of a time though from Maposhka. I think Centaur and Shadow Demon's always been a lane duo that can be very frustrating. It's always a little bit, I mean, it's nice in now having the host up where you can move, but of course before sometimes Centaur always needed that setup. And it was like Shadow Demon Centaur, Rubik Centaur was definitely a couple of those. It's going to be nice with SD playing down bottom as well. He can help make some stacks inside the jungle, which hopefully they'll give over to Yopaj.
Yeah, I wonder why we haven't been seeing as much of this Illusion level 1 for TBA. It makes this level 1 CSing really good, and I think the reason why he wants to do it is because if you really think about how Centaur works as a hero, this hero is very hard to CS against. It's incredibly high base damage, good attack animation, but the one trade-off you will make is you don't have as much harassment value. But are you truly harassing a Centaur anyway with his high regen? Probably not. Oh, they're gonna go on Yatoro here.
I don't know. Maposhka's got level 2 as well, which is going to be very valuable for the damage output. Saberlight, nice flame break, drag back, and they're not even going to get the kill into Yatoro. And meanwhile, they're going to turn it back around. Fairy Fire keeps him in fighting shape, and just completely misread that with Shopify.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, they thought, oh, I have Illusions of TB in meta, we kill him. Well, unfortunately, this TB had an incredibly big stick, so he healed up to full. Very easy.
I'll stop playing.
Stick saves lives.
Stick saves lives, alright.
I do.
It's like, Fox pretty fine as well, even giving over first blood. Double range versus the Conquer and the Lion. There's going to be able to get a pretty nice pull off at the hard camp. Are we, I mean, expecting as much action up top as what we're currently seeing down bottom?
No, I don't think so, because I kind of just look at the supports. Well, the thing is, I think Team Spirit can get pretty aggressive, but you have a Mirana Luna lane, it's pretty passive, right? Like, you don't have a setup for the arrow, so you're just gonna have to hit some blind arrows, but most likely the arrows are just for farming big camps, right? And just getting your net worth up. This lane isn't designed for being very aggressive.
Have you got a preference with playing with the Miranda in lane with going arrow over Starstorm? I have seen Snaking really prefers his 101 build.
That's a tough question to answer because they both have their values, right? I think if you go the Starstorm build, you're trying to win the lane. If you go the Arrow build, you're just trying to... Oh, the Arrow. Actually missed the camp there, but it's okay. It happened. And the Arrow build controls like the camps. You're not so sad if you let them pull the big camp. So I guess if you go Arrow, you're just chain pooling, right? You're just spamming pools over and over again. You're not really trying to win the lane. You're just trying to make it chaotic. Whereas if you go for the Starstorm, I think you're trying to win the lane. Because if some double stack goes off, you can't really...
Oh no. Oh, that feels bad. Well,
right into those hands.
Lost it as well. Really
Yep.
nicely done. I guess was just hoping that the Vortex wasn't leveled up, but unfortunately it was, and now he's gonna have to make the walk all the way down to bottom.
Which is pretty awkward for Saberlight too, right? Because he can't really step up to the lane. Metamorphosis was just popped, so they're gonna have to forfeit this entire wave. But yeah, Toro actually is deciding to push the lane in. Maybe he wants to start pulling some creeps now or head to the jungle potentially. And Thaliacor doing what he does. And that's apparently stack camps on his Batrider and Shadow Demon. Lots of stacks coming out.
Fortunately, it does look like Yopaj is having a pretty good time versus Storm Spirit. We'll see if it's going to be any different with the level 6s and some extra rotations. Hold up, bottom lane. Toro forced the TP out, but the poison starting to stack up. But Postra, he's all in. He's got no other hope. Gotta hope he tries to get the kill before the death. Unfortunately, Saberlight. Big 6 saves lives apparently. Mid lane now, Yopaj. Chains away, he's fine.
Level 6 now? Does he go in? Okay. Not enough trees over there. Otherwise, he may have went for the snipe on Laurel. And they're going to give one tango to Laurel. Laurel's going to stick around. Very low HP.
Yes, a good old bottle refill. Yes, sir.
Remind me, Poshka died. That's right. But he's not 6 yet. That's like the downside here. Okay.
Are they going to get a kill? Nah, not with Thaliacor here. And hang on, now the turnaround could be a threat. Kitrak going to jump over the top. Still they're thinking about Yopaj. 2 points of reactive armor keeps this guy healthy. Very cute Iron Branch play. Gets him in range for the Whirling Death. And now with the stacks, he should be able to regen through the damage. In fact, he might even look for the turnaround. Kitrak will leap over the top. And that's just some individual brilliance from Yopaj. That Iron Brand shot closed the distance to get the Whirling Death. You said he's maybe lacking some trees to make the plays. He'll make his own trees.
Guess so. I missed that one neutral line. What was it called again? The one where you can make an Ironwood branch? That was a good one.
The GG tree. What was it? Was it just Ironwood? Ironwood tree? No. What was it called?
That's what I'm asking you. I don't remember.
Dude, I didn't know either.
That was a good one on Timber.
I don't be able to. Oh, a sidestep. What was it called?
I don't remember. I'm sure somebody in chat knows, but we'll never know.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Ever know.
Wait, I swear it was.
This is really bugging you, huh?
Yeah, no, it really is. I mean, I feel like I'm not doing a good enough job if I don't know this is a caster. Let's see. Were you still playing around then? Yeah, Ironwood tree. I was right.
Yeah.
GG tree.
Ironwood tree. That was a good one.
We got there in the end. We didn't miss anything. Nothing crazy going on. Wisdom Rooms looks like the other core got his, and Mira got the other one as well. But Poshka's doing a nice job to be able to scout out some of the stacks going on inside Shopify's triangle.
I was very curious to see if Yatoro would do the Vladimir's build on the Terrorblade, because I know he was one of the first people I saw going for it on the Morphling. But this game deciding not to, going for just the Falcon instead, which we don't even see a lot of as well on the Terrorblade. So it's usually been Vlads or just Dragonlance Yasha type of thing. But he's gonna have plenty of mana now. I'm a big fan of this personally. I feel like if you have to keep ferrying out regen and clarity spamming, not only does that hurt your team, because pretty much every good player wants to use these clarities, and the restock time on the clarities are atrocious. It feels like only one player can really just abuse spam these. And at these high level games, like the mid laner, carry, and sometimes even the off laner, they all want a piece of these clarities, and there's just not enough in stock for you to do that.
So do you feel like really the mana regen is the big thing here for the Falcon Blade? Is there any justification with like the 200 health against the burst on Shopify as well?
Oh, it's everything, right?
Okay.
But I'm not sure if that matters enough for you to change the build from game to game, because most of the time your hero isn't interacting very much with other heroes, and sometimes that 200 HP, it may make a difference, but more than likely it will not.
Sure.
It's really more about the farming speed. That's all it is. Like, you're effectively trying to get to, your Manta, you're trying to get to your Scotty, you're trying to get to like these big items as quickly as you possibly can. And top lane, Collapse in trouble.
That he is. He's pretty far away from the tier 1 tower as well. So the TP from Lyle. And he's going to try and get some revenge onto Arteezy, who... Lyle's out of mana, though. He's gone way too deep in the hopes that he can even trade. And in fact, it just makes it so much worse for Spirit.
I mean, even if he gets that kill, which... It's something, right? He would have died for sure on top of it. And I said Yopaj needs to show up this game, and he's doing that in spades here. He's still on the hunt here. Poshka gotta run from a big, scary Timbersaw right now. What you got?
Dude, he's so annoying.
Just farming.
Does he just give up? Yeah, he's like, all right. Oh, wait, never mind. He wants him still. I mean, they can't.
He has last though, technically.
I don't know. Are they actually gonna get him? I mean, Yatoro's coming as well with meta. There's no way Miposhka lives and they actually kill Yopaj. Surely tip him. I know Miposhka's not a big tipper, but like that is the perfect moment.
Yeah, I would agree. That's the perfect moment to tip if you're gonna tip, but I respect non-tippers.
Ah, shut up. Come on.
I respect non-tippers.
No. Just give us the tip.
People who tip other people have fragile egos.
No. Come on. It's just the mental game. It sounds like you get affected by tipping. You're trying to tell people not to tip. That's what it's sounding like. You can say it. You can let us know, Fear.
No.
Are you sure?
I'm quite sure. Uh-oh, Yatoro.
An arrow. They're going to have to burst. Potentially they do. And they're even going to get a +1 as well for their attempt as Yopaj get a little bit of revenge on the supports. Mira wants to bring Saberlight down with him. Will not be able to. So that's a tower that's going to be claimed. They also gold for Saberlight to complete the Blink Dagger as well. So they might look to go again if they want to on Shopify once the resources are back up.
It's kind of what I mean about like that 200 HP from the Falcon Blade. Most of the time it just doesn't save you because you're just so low HP anyway. Like, if they connect spells on you, you're probably going to die. But if you can read that 200 HP for sure is going to save you, then you have a god tier sense of the game. But generally, that is not like the train of thought. All right, Shield Rune coming on out for Laurel. Smoke that was spotted. Arrow going to miss. Oh, no, then.
Oh, well done, Miposhka. Oh, careful. We can't let Miposhka's brilliant play like that go to waste. Collapse going to be able to TP in, and Amira even comes over as well. So boat connection. And they're going to be cautious though, because Yopaj, he's got his own Blink to look to work with. Your Toro's here as well. Why not? We're going to have a party in the middle lane. Arteezy is going to get chased down, but excellently being leveled through. He's got a pretty low cooldown. And again, very cute with the illusion. So Spirit, well, hang on, Yopaj here, but he doesn't care about people bloody blocking him. Quickly jump in and assassinate Mira. I
don't remember, like, I'm not like the Yopaj's biggest fan or anything, but I don't remember him playing a lot of Timbersaw in the past, has he? That's not a hero that he's known for, but he's playing it really well. I'm a bit surprised.
I think he started playing it towards the later end of Boom. Definitely, there's other heroes you think of when you think of Yopaj.
I mean, I look at his Dota Plus, right? He's only silver on it, so he's definitely not spamming it in pubs.
Oh,
yeah, he's been playing it really well.
Nice prediction. Of course, you saw him deal with the Sentry, but still, there was a blind blink on the high ground, and Saberlight was absolutely on point with that, and they are just rolling and combining with Yopaj, which is exactly what you said they needed to do. 6-1-1. The tempo is up there from Shopify, but with that being said, it is still just 1,000 net worth lead. Like Collapse, he's about to get a T1 tower. He's already got one component towards the Scepter, and they are still finding farm on Spirit. So we're going to need the Shopify to continue with this tempo and maybe even ramp it up more.
For sure, and Laurel's struggling yet again in this game, where we thought would be somewhat of a free Storm game, but they're proving with like the arrow, the stomp, even the loosen beam, mini stun, the setups from disruption, not so free after all. And that is definitely not where you want to be, where you think, oh, it's a free storming and you do whatever you want, to getting shut down at every single corner here.
I do wonder how the Storm build is going to progress now with some of his old items getting buffed up. Really, the big one for me is the Orchid. And I think how much are we going to go back into the Kyron Stunt, which he has currently queued up. I know when you're not snowballing on Storm, the Orchid cannot feel as valuable. So that's
yeah,
more
this
just
definitely isn't a game. I think you were playing versus like some Spirit hero. Maybe it works, but he's gonna get caught here.
It's a gigantic kill. Hinga, down he goes. Can they take the 5-4-5 though? And this is a true test of Yopaj's power. Meanwhile, Lal, along with the last one, is going to be able to stop the Stampede away. So Spirit are going to be able to stem some of the momentum. And meanwhile, you don't even have Yatoro here. He's beating onto a tier 2 tower.
He really is, isn't he? He's forcing the glyph. That's pretty big as well. And that's like Collapse. He's on his way to his Aghanim Scepter. And we've seen the power of this Ags when you get it. It can be really hard to deal with if you don't have the BKBs available, and BKB is not even an item that's even going to be on the menu for Yopaj, and Centaur doesn't buy it either. However, the Stampede, it can be a good way, unless you get caught in a really bad Torrent Storm, of disengaging it. Arteezy, he'll buy it eventually, but for now he's going to want to go ahead and get to that Manta as soon as possible, because Manta on Luna is just another farming item.
So much importance that Shopify are putting on this power rune, Lal. Able to get the invis.
Radiant's middle tower.
I was saying importance to have all 5 heroes here, and then all of a sudden 3 heroes just run to top. So it's like invis, yeah, will be for Lal.
Fake importance.
No, apparently they don't give a damn.
What's the next push going to be here? As I was mentioning before, if this game goes into what I would consider like the late game, where every single move is like a team fight move, I really do favor Spirit if the net worth lead is equal. So I think this stalemate is something you're pretty happy with if your team is Spirit. Terrorblade's free farming, about similar net worth to Luna, just a little behind, and you get some kills here and there on the map because you have lots of heroes that can gank. Meanwhile, I think the only hero that can really make moves on the map is a Centaur. So if Centaur is showing on the map anywhere, I feel like you don't feel threatened, right? Because this Timber does a lot of damage, but he can't lock anyone in place with those supports. It doesn't play with Armorana very well. Shadow Demon is okay, I suppose, with the Timber stall, but it's not enough lockdown against heroes like the Storm and like the Batrider. Butterfly is the choice for Yatoro here. A bold choice, as I feel like most of the damage coming out from Shopify Rebellion is not even physical at this stage of the game.
What else would you be considering instead of this Butterfly?
Typically, most people go for the Scotty just to get your HP up. That way you don't die in one Timber burst. Like, Timber's burst is honestly like 1500 damage if he hits all spells on you, so the more HP you can gather, the less you will die. I mean, Butterfly is just a very aggressive item if he does opt for it. It gives you the most damage, right? And it'll help you farm faster too. So maybe he's thinking about the late game here. And we're gonna get this Butterfly online, we're gonna get farmed faster. Obviously, like, Luna doesn't enjoy playing versus Butterfly, but she is one of those heroes that still has a decent amount of mixed damage. so it can still, in a lot of ways, somewhat deal with it. The Illator might make some cute plays.
And they're going to have to Moonlight to protect him. So, what do we need to see out of Shopify? Because they've really started to slow down this game with the past couple of skirmishes going Spirit's way. Are we waiting for this double Eternal Shroud, which is actually so Saberlight looks like he's going down the Shiva's route. So, is the Shiva's what they're waiting for until they're going to start making more aggressive plays again?
Might as well. I mean, he is 1,000 off it. It's not that far, but still kind of far. I want to see them get more aggressive, farm, and use this Moonlight, not defensively, but aggressively, right? Pop some smokes. Go on Yatoro. I think you want to shut down Yatoro's farming. He's level 14 now. He does have a good matchup here. I mean, Arteezy's level 15. He's farming really good too, sitting at the top. They're two flash farming type of heroes here, but as we mentioned before, I feel like it's very difficult for Luna to enter these team fights, playing against the Lasso, playing versus the Hex, playing versus Torrent Storm, whereas Terrorblade, they don't have that type of hero that can drag Terrorblade away and like put him out of position. They have to somehow burst them.
Again, like they're stampeding for Theological? I mean, he's 100% dead. There's no Stampede on cooldown as well, so not expecting multiple other heroes to be behind. And another kind of attempt for Shopify that doesn't go their way. There's a DD at that top river.
Well, the read, there's one of two things going on right now, and I can't be certain on either. One is Shopify Rebellion feels like they're stronger if they continue to rat, or B, they feel like if they run into them, they're just gonna get squashed. So they have to like continue to rat. Both of these scenarios, I'm not sure if the first one is realistic or the second one might actually be true. Where I feel like if you do run into, they're going to smoke now. I think they realize the state of the game is not where they want it to be. They need to make something happen. Downside about the smoke though is top's pushing in with illusions. Bottom's pushing in with Batrider. This is a very obvious smoke. If you get caught by this by Yotoro, you shouldn't. There is no way you should.
Only the wary.
They got a glimpse and they're going to hunt him.
They don't see anyone. You can't be farming this.
Kill. They need to get Yotoro and they should be rewarded off the back of the smoke. So no one's showing. Yotoro's always been known from being able to read smokes. Crazy spider senses. They're going to be able to get mirror as well. At least he's able to sneak the wisdom room. And it looks like probably with the position they'll look for the tormentor as well.
Yeah, a rare misplay by Yatoro. Like all three lanes were shoved into a tower and you see nothing. You have to know that they're doing something as a team on Shopify Rebellion there. Unable to read it. He goes down, but that is exactly what Shopify Rebellion needed. They got 2 kills there, stole the enemy Tormentor. So if they can get on their side of the map and take their Tormentor, they'll actually be at a sizable net worth advantage there. Getting 2 Tormentors is absolutely massive, but they have to be able to get there and get to that Tormentor, which is currently being occupied by the heroes of Team Spirit.
We did see both Wisdoms going Spirit's way as well. So, I mean, you take a look at the support levels in particular. 10 and 11 for Theological and Kitrak. Mirror's level 11 and Miposhka's having a much better game with a 13 on Bat, which is more expected just because of his capability to be able to farm. But are we at a stage where both sides need to be kind of putting a lot more attention around the Roche Pit and putting vision down and even starting to posture around that area?
Oh, yeah. I think both these lineups really use an Aegis. Well, I think Arteezy needs an Aegis to fight. And I feel like the Storm Spirit also needs an Aegis to have really good impact. So both of these lineups have really good Aegis carriers. And they're going to lasso. Okay.
And just so much damage as well. They're thinking about showing up to the team fight. Arteezy walks down the secret shop stairs, but again, a 4v5. And Theological, we haven't seen the banishments against this Batrider Lasso, which is something you always have the potential to work with as a save, but Miposhka's done a really good job to always catch someone off guard when the Shadow Demon's not nearby, and that pickoff, that gives you Roche. So now you're going to have the Storm Spirit with the Aegis, and Lala's struggled a little bit in the early game, but his farm is definitely caught up, and this is going to be an Aegis potentially with a BKB along with it. So he's going to be very devastating for the backline supports on Shopify.
And Collapse? was just spotted by an arrow. Not sure if he saw that.
Dire are scanning.
Collapse? They saw you, buddy. You might want to run. I don't think he saw that arrow fly by him. I don't think he saw. There's an arrow that literally flew right next to him and grazed him. And he still didn't move.
Wait, they know they're coming. Did they use
you don't
Meta for
wanna
Roche?
You do not want to fight.
Mira, nice done. I mean, it's maybe going to buy some valuable seconds for everyone to get out. Shopify, they definitely want to fight into that Aegis. Spirit, they did not. They are out of there.
I mean, buying a shard makes your net worth look so ugly. Like, Arteezy's top net worth in the game, but all he has is like a Manta, Mask of Madness, and a Mithril Hammer. But of course, he opted for 2 Wraith Bands too, which in like 50 seconds here is going to pay off for him pretty big. But until then, it's like really not that great of a net worth investment.
Is he in trouble?
Oh yeah.
Dude,
That's big trouble.
That is big trouble. I mean, this is also without the Plasma, which is now completed on Lal. Meanwhile, Yatoro, the other carry, he's also in trouble as well. Theolacor, maybe with the Terrorblade Lucians might be enough. Yopaj looking for the finishing blows. Thunder's up in 8 seconds. Timber should be able to dispatch of him at a quick enough timing, but can you deal with Lal Storm Spirit? Plasma is now completed. Saberlight does a great job to hunt down Mira. Now they might be able to turn to Collapse, but the Torrent Storm's going to prove to be an issue, as Lal doesn't have the greatest mana to work with currently, but that should be plenty to be able to deal with the Centaur. I mean, Yopaj is still thinking about going back in. Theolacor holds the banishment for the last second. Saber gets the blink away. And now this is starting to get a little bit messy for Team Spirit. They won't be able to catch up to Theolacor. Shaded him and ducks down inside the river. And Shopify, they get out.
They only got the Mirana out of that one. That's insane. I thought like the Shadow Demon was gonna die. I thought the Centaur was gonna die. At some point, Timber looked like he was gonna die as well. But they covered each other super well and managed to get out of that one. Torrent Storm, I don't know. That actually looked a little underwhelming. I thought it would hit quite a few more heroes than that one, but that's just how she goes sometimes. But either way, yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say he's cooking this game. 10-1 and 3. Yeah. It's a hell of a performance from him. He's gonna go a little bit more of a defensive route. I mean, Eternal Shroud, Kyron Sponge, offensive, defensive, but really the BKB next, he feels like is required for him to be able to continue to play this game.
Yeah, I think that's going to be true as well. But the only issue I still have right now is like, this still looks like such a hard Luna game from my perspective. And so far it has been. RTC's 0-2 and 7 right now, not be able to find a lot. But with this BKB, maybe.
Sidestep the Earth Spike. They're not going to get the best initiation, but that's when the Poke.
Oh, they lassoed him.
You don't need to worry about missing the spells when the lasso is always on point. And now Saberlight, oh, that's an ambitious TP, my friend. You are dead. Along with Theolacor as well. Gem picked up off the deck. And this game is continuing to get difficult for Arteezy.
Case in point, I guess, right? Like, I'm not sure what Arteezy does in these fights. He's just going to get lassoed, hexed, whatever, some pool, fighting in a Torrent Storm. And the worst part is, like, all you need to do is press boat on Artur, and he can no longer fight Yatoro. He can't fight Yatoro anyway, but it makes it that much harder, right? When you have that Rum debuff ability that reduces the damage by 35% extra. But I guess 35% to nothing doesn't really change anything, as he's not getting any spells off in these fights.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
I don't know, he does have that kind of queued up, which is something that you mentioned might be able to help a little bit in this matchup. But it's, we've seen the cores have so much value this game, but I really think, again, this is back-to-back games where this Batrider here is just putting in so much work. And
I'm going to go to my hero list real quick and add Batrider as support to the pick.
Yeah, this hero just looks absolutely stupid right now. And I feel like we don't really see Miposhka too often have the current net worth that he does, but he's
playing Batrider though.
yeah. Roots of Bearing.
You don't get this net worth farming like all these other heroes that he plays. Like, no, CM doesn't get this net worth, but Batrider. That hero can do anything.
Down in 20. Sablelight's going to be able to get the jump. They'll target this Lion at the moment.
Oh, arrow it.
Tauros nearby as well. Arrow does hit the mark, but that's a beautiful torrent from Collapse. They get Yopaj. That's the big one they want to kill to start. And they should be rewarded. I mean, a banishment, but it will do nothing as again. And that's a fight they want to take on Dire.
Arteezy's here.
And they're still around. Hang on. Okay. Ages expires. They get the kill at the perfect timing with the Eclipse, but are they going to get out? I mean, that's the big question. TP. You're going to lose Kid Track, and it looks like you're probably going to lose Arteezy as well. Flame Break to push him back. It's just up to the positioning. That's a pretty nice Manta, but now you don't have it to stop the reflection. So Arteezy, it's all or nothing. Stand your ground and fight, but it's not going to matter when Collapse and Yatoro surround the Luna. In the end, an ultra kill for Yatoro, and this is continuing to just get worse for the boys on Dire.
It's just the team fight difference right now. Centaur doesn't really have any team fight. He's just like a repositioning, initiating hero. Timbersaw, same story. Like, you have a lot of damage. It's great and all, but if you compare the damage output, Yatoro's doing more damage than you. The control, Laurel's controlling more heroes than you and doing more damage than a lot of heroes on the map now. And of course, if you want to talk about control, that's Collapse. He's bringing the team fight. He's bringing the damage reduction. He's bringing the repositioning of the tidal wave. He's bringing in more team fight with the torrent storm. There's a lot going on there, and I think this is just, unfortunately, just the way the drafts kind of panned out, where Shopify Rebellion needed to be in a position where they were ahead in net worth, or this
they're
type of
coming
stuff
down
would
pretty
happen.
quick. And they don't have everyone at the moment on Team Spirit as well. Again, all eyes on Yopaj with the damage output. But the torrent lands on 2, buys enough time for them to reset. It'll be a 1-for-1. They really need this big kill into the core. 10,000 deficit. You're hoping to get an injection of gold. Collapse has still got the BKB to work with. The Taurus standing on the high ground. No medic here for the Terrorblade. So maybe the damage is going to be the one thing in question. Not when Laurel has a long zip in. Assassinates Kid Track onto the backline, and now can turn to deal with Yopaj as well, as Arteezy didn't have any possibility with showing up to this team fight with the current location. They took it, and that will enable Team Spirit to once again have a successful skirmish.
Yeah, this Storm Spirit, like, we're starting to see now the power of the Storm Spirit. Laurel's doing so much in these fights. It just feels bad for the Timber. It's like, he is doing a lot, yes, but he can't do enough. And it's mainly because I feel like his supports aren't able to join him much in these fights. And we talk about the threat of the heroes right now, and that this Lasso is way more threatening than anything that's being brought to the table. Sure, the Shadow Demon has some levels of threat here, but he's mainly just like trying to save people. But there's just like so much stuff going on the map, and even if you do get some really good illusions, right, of Yatoro, well, guess what? There's a Lion with a shard here. He's just gonna mop them all up, and that's an easy counterplay.
Dude, but Poshka has a Shadow Blade queued up. Like, are we serious?
All right.
Your initiations haven't been that good already. Now you need a Shadow Blade to help out. Very
Kind of just shows that his mind says he wants to just find one hero, and I think that one hero is most likely going to be this Luna, because once Luna's in, Luna doesn't get out.
Rush is up once again for Team Spirit. And you again, is this Aegis given over to Lal? I know you're TB being the transform hero, but do you want the Aegis on him for high ground siege?
I think Laurel's still, in my opinion. I think Laurel's having too good of a game right now. He's too farmed to... You just want him to like do your own thing. It's kind of like, all right, Laurel, here you go. Just keep giving us this vision, keep zipping around, and as a Terrorblade, I'll just kind of come in when I want to. And you're going to give me that space. You're going to give me the vision to make this a thing. If you give the Aegis to TB, it puts him in a weird spot where he has to be in the front line all the time. And not only does that kind of like slow down your farm a little bit, it also makes it so you almost never want to use meta, because if you do die with meta on, your Aegis is like for nothing.
Well, he's going to have Aegis with Hex very shortly for Lal. We got some big items to be able to play with this second Roche. I think there's almost a Daedalus. Yatoro just needs the last component, the Demon Edge. They're not even going to wait, though. You have such a large net worth lead. Why not continue to put the pressure on? They're going to try and sweep across the map
Dire's
over the
middle
east.
tower is under
Kitrak's in a pretty good position to pop the smoke, so at least it's going to be onto a support, but he will not survive. Miposhka might even look for a +1, but it's already used Tonic, and it's going to use last as well. All right.
Only 45-second cooldown here, so not the biggest deal. But I don't think you force high ground with this by any means. And there you go. You see the disruption instantly countered by the Lions managing. This one feels so good to be a TB. It's a little bit deep, my friend.
That is very deep. Can they punish? What? What figure down goes Theolicor? And they're not going to get anything out of it, so it doesn't matter how deep they go, apparently. T4, what, Yopaj? That's a very early BKB. What? Look at the crits. Yatoro, half health gone on Yopaj, and now how does he even have a possible hope of fighting without BKB?
Oh, he didn't get the BKB off on
Lala as
Thunder,
well,
though.
zipping over the top to try and be able to deal with the Shadow Demons, but there's no save for Centaur, and now there's no save for Yopaj as well, and they've got no buyback.
Good luck, Artur.
And it's just game.
Yeah.
Yatoro can't do anything. Sorry, Arteezy can't do anything. Yatoro can do everything this game. And Spirit, they will even it up. It's